What's up, Tech Gang? Stefan here from TechRight. Today we're going to have the Moto X4 versus the Moto E5 Plus from Metro PCS. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so taking a look at both these phones and comparing the specifications, so on the right side we have the Moto E5 Plus. Now this does have a 5000 mAh battery, and the left side, the Moto X4, actually has a 4000 mAh battery, but it has a much smaller screen, so it doesn't need that huge of a battery. Now under the hood, both these devices have 3GB of RAM. Both devices actually have 32GB of internal storage. Now this model right here is actually the Amazon model, so this is going to be the 3GB model. 3GB of RAM model, 32GB of internal storage. I believe it does go up to actually 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage, but this was $250 and this one was actually $150. So this is a $100 price difference right here. Now as far as the processors go, on the right we have the Moto E5 Plus. This is going to be a 1.4 GHz octa-core processor, and this is going to be using the Snapdragon 435. Now on the left side we do have the Moto X4, and that one's going to be a little bit more powerful. That's going to be a full 2 GHz octa-core processor, and we are going to be rocking the 630 Snapdragon chipset on that device. And if we take a closer look at these phones, the Moto X4 is going to have the more premium feel in hand. Everything on this phone is either made out of glass or metal. As you guys see, we have a glass back on this phone. Now for this Metro PCS device, for the E5 Plus, we actually have a plastic back, so we aren't going to get that premium feel. None of this is actually made out of metal, but it's still a very solid phone. So as far as the build goes, the Moto X4 definitely kills it on the build. Has a better camera as well. We can actually shoot up to 4K on this device. We can shoot 1080p 60 frames per second, which I really like. And on this camera, we only can shoot up to 1080p 30 frames per second. This is going to take the better pictures, obviously. If you guys want to do a shootout, definitely leave in the comments down below. A fingerprint sensor on the front right here, which I like way more than having on the back. And as far as the display goes, we have a full HD display on here, and on here we have a 720p display. But let's go ahead and start this competition. Alright guys, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you how the test is going to work. Now the first test we're going to actually go ahead and do is opening applications at the same time. We're going to see which one gets the most applications in a faster time open. After that, we're actually going to go ahead and open them one at a time, and we're going to time them on each other's clocks and see which one gets the faster time. And then we're going to wrap it up with an AnTuTu benchmark test and see which one gets the better score. Whoever gets the most wins gets the victory. Let's go ahead and start these tests. So first and foremost, we have the AnTuTu benchmark in 3, 2, 1, go. E5 Plus gets the win for that one. Next, we have the settings in 3, 2, 1, go. X4 gets the win for that one. Next one we have is camera in 3, 2, 1, go. X4 gets the win for that one. Next we have the calculator in 3, 2, 1, go. That was exactly the same time right there. Nice. So next we have YouTube in 3, 2, 1, go. X4 got the one right there. Still waiting. So the X4 actually got the win. Next we have phone in 3, 2, 1, go. Moto E5 Plus got the win right there. And we're actually going on to the game now. So let's see how this turns out. This needs a little bit more power, so I think this is where the processor is going to work in here. Again, both these have 3GB of RAM, so it's going to be just about even on most things. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. And the X4 got it by about a few seconds, but that was pretty close. Next we have here is Chrome in 3, 2, 1, go. So the X4 got it right there. But the next thing we're going to actually do inside of this to make it a little bit more fair is actually do a search. So let's go ahead and do a search real quick. Alright guys, so we have Motorola loaded in. Let's go ahead and search this in 3, 2, 1, go. And the X4 won just by about a second. So we actually forgot to load one application, and that application was Helixum, so we're going to load that in 3, 2, 1, go. So the X4 got the win for that one. And the last thing we have is the clock in 3, 2, 1, go. X4 got it for that one. So it looks like the X4 won on this round. Let's go ahead and go to round 2. Okay guys, so for round 2, let's make it very simple. We closed all of the applications out and all of the recent tabs, and now we're going to time each phone with no animations on to see which one opens up applications the fastest. So we have the stopwatch ready, and we're going to go ahead and do this in 3, 2, 1, go. So we have Antutu benchmark, awesome, settings, awesome, camera, awesome, calculator, awesome, YouTube, awesome, phone, awesome, subround 2. Awesome. Next Helix jump. Awesome. Next Chrome. Awesome. Clock. So we got a score of 59.85. So just about a minute right there. Let's go ahead and try this out on the X4. Okay, guys. So we have the stopwatch ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Antutu benchmark. Awesome. Settings. Cool. Camera. Cool. Calculator. Cool. YouTube. Cool. Phone. Cool. Time run 2. Awesome. Helix jump. Awesome. Chrome. Cool. Oops. Clock. There we go. So we got a score of about 51 seconds. That extra second was because I clicked on Chrome again. But we got a score of 52.42. So about 7 seconds faster than the Moto E5 Plus. But let's actually go ahead and see what we got on a benchmark test and go to round 3. Okay guys, so last but not least, we're going to go ahead and run these benchmark tests on Antutu benchmark. Both are on version 7.1.0. Let's go ahead and start this. Okay guys, so it looks like the Moto X4 actually won, so we got a score of almost 90,000 on the Moto X4, and we got a score of 58,416 on the Moto E5 Plus. Let's go ahead and start off with the loser first, the Moto E5 Plus. For our CPU, we got a score of 27,581, defeating 14% of users. We got a GPU of 9,686, defeating 8% of users. We got a UX score of 15,067, defeating 11% of users, and we got a MEM score of 6,082, defeating 31% of users, which is actually pretty good because it did beat the Moto X4. Now moving on to the Moto X4, we get a score of 89,733, defeating 25% of users. We got a CPU score of almost 40,000, defeating 31% of users. For a GPU, we got a score of 19,548, defeating 17% of users. And for a UX score, we got a score of 24,373, defeating 29% of users. And our MEM score is the only thing that lacked right here, and we got a score of 5,862, defeating 30% of users, compared to a score of 6,082 on the Moto E5 Plus. But the winner here is the Moto X4. Tell me which one you guys have in the comments down below. Tell me which one is your favorite, which one you might be getting if you don't have any of these devices yet. Definitely have been loving the Moto X4, and yeah, tell me your thoughts. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below, as well as subscribing if you guys are not a part of the Tech Gang already. Also hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I do upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.